Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortoise the Great. Welcome you to another exciting episode of Minecraft on the Farside server. Today we are going to be working... Ooh, a little bit of load lag there. Nope, where are we going to be? Need this one. There we go. Today we're going to be working on the silo and the sorting system that's going to feed into the silo. So let's take a quick look at what I've worked on since then. So we've got about a full crop here. We've got our water streams, as you guys remember. Last time we were together, these water streams just carried into a single hopper, and that hopper just held it until I came back and got it. But what we're doing now is, where's my axe? There we are. So let's take a little journey here together. So what we're doing now is I finally linked all of these systems together, and I was able to do it all without hoppers. I was a little confused as to how I might make that work previously, but and it might be a little dark for you guys, so I apologize. But so these, there we go. So all of these streams, you know, are at the end of a field. The items get flowed through the field down into these streams, and then they get carried here. So the streams aren't going to be long enough. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I didn't want to have to use like 100 hoppers or whatever to get it here. It's like, oh right, ice. So when you throw an item on, let's throw this torch here. So if you throw an item on ice, it will zip. So any kind of momentum will just continue on. So these little breaks here are totally fine. The item will be pushed with its momentum all the way down to the end, and then they'll all congregate here from all of the fields. So that works out very nicely. Let's jump out here. So from there, all of the items are going to congregate here. I've got this blocked off now just so we can do our work. And then in here, we are going to be doing a sorting system, which is going to sort the carrots from the netherwort, from the potatoes, from the wheat, and is also going to sort out the poison potatoes and the seeds, so that I can take those and do other things with them. So down here's where we're going to sort, and then I've started laying in the droppers for the dropper elevator that'll carry them from the sorting system up to the top and then filter into the storage system within the silo. Oh crap. That's going to go on for like ever. So obviously not going to be the most efficient means of doing this, but I wanted to have like an actual silo, and in real silos, you know, the grains get fed in and they get fed up and dumped into the top because they're accessed from the bottom, and so you're always using the oldest grains so that, you know, when you're cycling things, you know, the stuff that's oldest and has best chance of going bad is getting used first, so that you're not, you know, have just the oldest stuff sitting at the, you know, top constantly or at the bottom and you never get to it. So that's what we're going to kind of be doing. It's a real silo. We're going to sort it out. I'm ending up having to do 4 elevators in order to do the sorting. I could have tried to do the sorting up at the top and just brought everything up with 1 elevator, but I figured with the space that I'm going to be playing with, it's going to make a lot more sense to do the sorting underneath and just have a couple of extra elevators. We need to quickly remedy this situation. We've got a rogue golem here who's gotten out of the system. Hello, hello. Oh, and we've got our jump boost and speed beacons going, so we got to get this guy down here. Oh wow, that was quite a hit. What am I using here? Oh, sharpness and knockback. Okay. Come on, buddy. Bring it on. Maybe I don't want to have to destroy my... No, get angry at me. Come at me, bro. There we go. Come on. Don't want to have to break all my reeds here. There we go. There. Sorry, had to kill him because there's if you get more than one in the range, the farm won't work. And I still have yet to... I'm gonna have to tear down like the entire farm, at least the top portion, and bring it out like another couple blocks. And rebuild the whole thing because I made it too small. I think they spawn on the doors, and I need to make it the whole spawning area is just water. So I needed to expand it a bit to fix that. But other than that, it works great. All right, Bill. Here's some sugar cane and some poppies. There you go. All right, so we sort everything, and then we're going to bring it all up and then it's going to filter into these chests here. So I've been storing things here for now, and so yeah. So this is right now I've got seeds in here. We'll move that out once this is just going to be wheat, and we're going to have to create a bunch more chests for the filtering here, and I got the droppers laid in for the beginning of the elevator, but we're going to have to also continue this down here, because I can start this real quick. Let's get this hopper in. So what's going to happen here? So the water will flow in and it'll deposit in here, and then this hopper will distribute to these other hoppers. So we've got, get rid of this one and this one here. And so this one's going to go straight down, and then this is going to feed into those. So these are going to be, if I'm remembering correctly, which I think I am. No, well, this would have to be where filtering is taking place. No, it's not, is it? It's not. The filtering is going to take place on the next level down. So we're going to have 3 layers of hoppers here, and I need to be careful. Well, that torch is certainly far enough away that we can get away with this. So we're going to have 3 layers of hoppers, and then we're going to have 4 hoppers. So it'll be, well, actually, I need to double check that. So it'll be wheat, carrots, potatoes, and then netherwort. Okay, just because that's the order these are in right now. Because this, when we filter out, it'll filter into a chest here, which then we will feed into this specific elevator. And same along path. And then at the end here, anything that doesn't get filtered into those 4 hoppers is going to get sent into this chest, which is going to this chest, which is going to feed into another chest, or this hopper, which will feed into another chest, which will have the seeds and the poison potatoes in them. And so I'll probably then, at that point, I'll route poison potatoes into just a disposal, because there's no use for them at all, which I think is dumb. They should have a potion use or something. But poison potatoes will get routed into disposal, and then I'll probably route seeds back somewhere else, because I'll need those to replant the fields. So I'm gonna get going here. I meant to clear this out. I had it on my checklist and I just totally forgot before I started recording. So I'm gonna clear out this area. I'll start laying in enough of the sorter that I can do the rest of it off camera, and then we will come back together and take a look at what we've done. And then we'll probably get to work on the elevator too. So I'll probably do enough of this that I know where these droppers are going to have to come to, and I'll get the base of the elevator in, and then we'll work on it from there. But yeah, so I'll bring you guys back at the next stage, and then we will come back together and continue on from there. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, welcome back. Done a bit of work here. Man, I just love jump boost and speed. Alright, so we've done a bit of work here. Cleared out a bunch of space, so let's take a look. So, in order to keep the outside looking pretty, we're going to be having all of the wiring pretty much in here. So it may get a little cramped, but we've got enough space for everything we need, so it'll work out just fine. And so what we've got here is we're going to have 4 side-by-side vertical item elevators. These are the design. It's the same guy, Drake Devry, I believe is his name. I'll link his channel and the tutorial for this in the description below. But he's the same guy who had developed the automatic melon farm that we used earlier in the series for at spawn, for the free melon farm there. So same guy, and I'll link to his channel again. We have another item elevator on that farm, which I'm actually going to be changing out, because that one, it clogs up pretty frequently actually, and it's just a lot bulkier. Like, this is tileable, you know, it's a 1x4, well, if you've got 2 side by side, it's a 2x5, but if you just have one, it's a 1x4 size, and from what I can tell, it doesn't really seem to clog up a whole lot. So I'm not going to explain all of this, but you can check out his tutorial. And this is just the base of the elevator. We'll have to build up from here. But to start off with, so we've got our item sorter, and this is also from another person who does tutorials, and I can't remember their name off the top of my head, and so that makes me feel sad. But I will also link their stuff in the description below. So what we're essentially doing is all of the items are going to flow from in here. And I gotta make sure that ice isn't melting with all the torches in here. Okay, good, it's not. So the items are gonna flow through here into this hopper. And then from this hopper, they're going to should be getting distributed into these other chests. So in order to do that, we've got to set up a filtering system. So this is the mechanics of the filtering system, but what we have to do is in each of these chests, so we've got 22 items. So we'll evenly distribute that throughout this, and then the little extra we'll just put in the front there. And so we've got wheat, then we're going to have, I think it's carrots? I'll move stuff if I have to, but we're going to make this carrots, just because this is the order of my fields in there, so I figure why not, we'll stick with that. Then we got potatoes, and netherwort. So these are the 4 crops we're growing, and then anything that is not wheat, carrot, potatoes, or netherwort will go into this chest. Will go into these hoppers and into this chest here. So what happens here is the 22 items that are in these hoppers here give a certain level charge, and when one more item comes into this hopper, you'll get a slight boost, which will send a pulse through, and it's going to turn off. So we've got a little thing here. This redstone comes down here, we'll activate this, which will turn off this, which will allow one item to flick through before it locks back up. And so that'll, it'll only let that type of item in, and then it'll only let one item out so that our filter remains intact. And then that'll flow into here, which we will then take out with hoppers into this line of hoppers, which will feed into this and go up here. So what I want to do now is let's jump up top if we can if we can still do that. It might be easier to do from here. So we're gonna jump up, and I'm gonna do a harvest because I think we're real close, and then that'll flow out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I have not tested this yet since I built it in this world. I built it in a creative world, in my test world, so it should, in theory, work. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to, we're going to flick a switch here. One thing to note, so before the harvest switches had been here, and then the redstone would run all through here and then out to trigger these. That was entirely unnecessary, so I took out all of this middle redstone leading up to the buttons here, because the reason is because to run all this stuff back here, it was becoming a huge headache to try and get around this redstone. It's like, you know what, that redstone doesn't need to be here. So I've moved it, there's one button here, we'll flick this switch, all of our crops will harvest, a little bit of lag there, a little bit of loss, but that's no big deal, we'll come by and pick that up. And so we'll be back in a second. Let's let that do its thing. I want to jump down here so we can see some filtering in action. I'm sure it'll still be going. So we'll see. Right now it's filtering. This light being off means that that's the one that's being activated. You'll see there's pulses here as each item is let through, and the torch just can't keep up with it, so it's off. Or at least is visually off. And so what that's doing is I know that this is filtering netherwort right now. And then in a bit, it'll be done with netherwort, and it's going to switch to something else. So this is a regular chest. We should be able to... Oh, that's the junk one. Oh, because I'm looking in the wrong chest. We should be looking in here. So yeah, netherwort. And then, so this one... Let's see, regular, trapped. So we can't look into it while it's doing its thing. Huh, is it done already? Some carrots there. Huh. There should be a lot more crops than that, because we were ready for a harvest. Let's take a quick look. other stuff stuck up here. Okay, so that's an issue. I may have to stop this. What's the deal here? So this is full, but it's not filtering. Why is it not filtering? Oh, it is. It's filtering. Okay. It's a little, okay, so it's just going slow. For whatever reason. It's all right, but that's so it's working. It is working. So let's see, regular. So we can look at this as it's filtering in. If you open a trap chest, it breaks everything. So there we go, potatoes. So it's working. It's just a little slow. So that might be a bit of an issue. We may lose some crops if it takes more than 5 minutes to get through everything. But I don't really know how we would avoid that. So we'll just have to trust that this thing will move fast enough. And I think it will. I think it will. It seems to be working here. I'm not sure what the lag was in nothing filtering. Maybe that was we were getting seed. Oh, okay, yeah, we were getting seeds and potatoes at that point. That's why nothing looked like it was filtering, because it wasn't activating any of these chests. It was all going into here. So that works out. So beautiful. That's all in now. That'll continue to filter. Everything flowed down here just fine. Let's quickly run back up to the farm. Need more pearls. So let's run back up to the farm really quick. Let's get any stragglers that might be hanging out on the deck here. And then we will continue on with the next phase. Alright, so get some carrots and a little bit of netherworm. May have shut off the stream a little bit early here, as it appears. I think things flow slower on this soul sand, so that might be something I need to look into, at least before I set it up to automatically power on and off. Can I get this by coming up here? Nope. Okay. And so, you know, I'm gonna end up filtering, or somehow I want to at some point put into this system the ability to, like, I'm gonna put in some chests here or something maybe. And then I would like to be able to somehow, and I don't know how I can do, well, it might not be as difficult as I think. I want to somehow be able to pull up a stack of each item. Just one stack, and have the rest filter into the silo. And I think I can probably do that with a similar kind of filtering capability where I only let, like, you know, I've got one area where I'm only letting my stack in, and then the hopper's full, so the rest will flow on. So I should be able to figure that out, but I haven't done it yet. But at some point I want a stack of each to come up so that I can pull that stack out and go to town and reharvest instead of getting seeds from here and then having to go over to the silo to get that kind of stuff. I'd want the extra, or at least a stack to flow in here, and then the extras will do somewhere else. Do I still have, I need to seal up this nether wart, or I had opened the flow previously because we came in here. So let's put that back in place real quick, and then we should be close to done filtering, or at least, or potentially done filtering. So we'll take a look at where we're at with that, and then we can begin work on the elevator. Whoop, that was bad. Well, I'm not going to be restocking for harvest at the moment anyway. So, what we should do now is, well, let's check on the filtering, make sure that that's either done or continuing on. I'm going to guess that it's done at this point. Let's check here. Yep, so we should be fully filtered. So, let's take a look here. Got a reasonable chunk of seeds there. Reasonable chunk of netherwort. Some good potatoes there. Let me throw this stuff actually in here, my extras. Oop, that's a hopper. Some good carrots going, and some wheat. So we must not have been ready for a full filtered, or a full harvest on the wheat yet. Everything wasn't exactly right, but that's okay. Oh, no, but that's not the issue. Okay, so we were at a full harvest. One issue, and I need to figure out how to make this work. a single item of the type does get stuck in these hoppers, and I'm sure I probably built it wrong. I need to go back to the tutorial and see how he handled it. But one single item does remain in there, which isn't a huge deal to me. I don't really care. It'll filter through the next time it comes through, and then the new item will get stuck. But it shouldn't do that, so I need to check that. But other than that, working perfectly. Everything's filtered out nicely. So now what we need to do is we've got... Why do we have just 3 hoppers here? Because one ended up in here. Okay, so now what we need to do is well, first we need to work on the elevator. So let's wait. We're going to wait on connecting these two until the elevator is... Although I should be able to... No, let's leave it for now. Okay, so what we need to do for the elevator now is we have to build up and put... I'm only going to do a chunk of this with you, just so that I can show you what we're doing, and then you guys can come back and... or I'll cut and bring you guys back when we're a little bit closer. But now we need to make a tower of torches here. So we're going to put torches here, and that's going to get depowered by the stuff below. And then we're going to put a block above that, and we're going to put some more stuff here, I believe. I think this is working right. And then we'll put more here. Okay, but so that's working well. What we need to then do is on each of these blocks that are sticking out and are blank, we will need to put a torch. Okay? And so that will, as we build this up, and we've got a ways to go, so I'm going to need to go make more torches and things like that. But we should be able to, with pretty minimal resources, just, redstone torches with just a stick and a piece of redstone, nothing too fancy, build this whole tower up until we get to the top, and then that should, I don't really know how it works, but it works. I think the comparator with the delay, so in the other one we would have to build this, we built this ring. Well, in fact, let me show you. Let's cut real quick and I'll show you the other elevator that we did at spawn, and then we'll come back. Alright, welcome to spawn. So here we are at our free melon farm, which is overflowing with melons at the moment. And so let's jump down here and I'll show you guys the elevator. This should be safe. Nope. Nope, let's jump right here. Alright, so I'm not sure what all this extra dirt is for. Okay, so the elevator here, you can see it's just one elevator here, but the way it activates is on each level it has a comparator that feeds in and around and activates. So this thing is over full right now. I think it's messed up because the chest is full up there. I can't be certain, but it does seem to clog even when the chest isn't full. Like, for whatever reasons, I don't know if it's server lag related or something, it does not always reliably work. These should be off. These should not have items just sitting in them. Maybe the top one should be full, and maybe if they should be full, then they should be full. They shouldn't each have like one. I don't know what this is here for, so we're gonna clear it out. If it's gonna be full, then it should be full. It shouldn't have 1 or 2 items in it. But as you can see, there's a comparator on every level of this thing. But with the new one, I've got no idea what that's... Got no idea what that's doing. This might be... Somebody might have broken this at some point. I don't think there needs to be any redstone here. But yeah, so the new one we're using does not have a comparator at every level. It's got a comparator down at the bottom, and then I think just the delay of the redstone is set up enough that it activates appropriately as it goes up, and it seems to work pretty well. So what I'm going to do, where is this? What is happening down here? Oh, this is sewer related. I don't know that I'm supposed to be able to see this, but I'll have to ask in the chat what this is. There's a little skeleton guy hiding back here. Is part of the sewer system. I don't know. Anyway, let's cut back to the base, and I'll have laid in the tower, and then we can see it in action. All right, guys, we'll be right back. There are no words for what just happened here. Freaking creeper, man! I just got back. I jumped in the hole, and something lands right next to me. I'm like, oh, who's on? Kaboom. I'm so used to playing in freaking Pixelmon where there's no aggressive mobs at all. I didn't even cross my mind when they dropped in there. I probably could have reacted and killed it in time. I was just like, oh, who's here? And so I'll get this all fixed up. I just placed a single block to continue going, and he blew it up. So I'll have to repair this, and then we will come back when I've got the tower completed. And I probably won't finish building the silo today, like the structure, but I'll have it done by next episode. But we'll get the functionality laid in, and then we'll see the functionality work at least once, and then we'll call it a day. So I'll get this fixed up, and we'll be back in a bit. All right, guys. All right, guys. Well, I think we've accomplished all we're going to today. Kind of scoping out Yeti. He's over here robbing me, I think. Checking out my iron farm and my chests and stuff. Feeding my dogs. He's just all over the place. But I think we've got enough going here today. I haven't completed this, but I don't really need to complete it. I want to just get it running enough that we can check that it works. So let's do that. I've got 4 hoppers still that I've pre-made, so we'll quickly. Let's see. We'll do Nether Wart. Why not? So let's do this, and then that, and then this. So that should feed. So it's not super fast, but you can see this is working. So let's jump up top. This will click away. Probably lag me out a ton once we've got them all going. How do I get out of here? This is getting to be a labyrinth. Here we go. We still got some sky over here. At least until I get these other hoppers in. And then hopefully I don't even have to come down here. Hopefully everything's automated enough that press the button, everything goes in the chest, and never have to go back down there and worry about it again. But let's take a look. We should be seeing. Okay, I hear clicking, but I don't see anything happening over here. So I may have screwed something up. But we can check these. There should be torches doing things. Maybe I put too many torches on this thing. It did seem like some unnecessary stuff. Well, that did seem like there was some clicking going on there. Let's oh, well, I guess that works too. Wasn't what I was intending to do, but okay, so there's no Nether Wart in any of these. Okay, so this one's working, but from here on out it's not. So they're all congregating right here, and that's going to break the system. Oh, because the one torch I didn't get replaced. Oh, you guys, from the creeper blast, I missed one. And that's the one lane I decided to use. There we go. So that's working a little bit better. I guess maybe it won't clog it up. It probably will at some point, but once these pulses stop, it will. It will. So the one lane I decided to test is the one lane that doesn't work. But so yeah, we'll actually. Just kind of let that run, I guess, and hopefully that'll work out. So yeah, we missed one torch, but yeah, now it's working. I was gonna say this should work, but yeah, one stupid little thing. So these will all feed up to the level where I stopped doing the tower, and And once we get to that point, I've got to figure out, I've got to remember and refresh, well, I've got to refresh my memory and how tall I planned the silo to be, so that I know where to stop it, and then I've got to figure out, and it may be a bit of a challenge, so I've got to really think about it, but I've got to figure out how, because like, what I need to be able, Yeti! Sitting on Bill, changing my beacon colors. Why and I can't even shoot him because he's on my mule. I see those pink beams in the sky. And what are you doing with Bill? Ruining everything. Ah, he's off Bill. Quickly! He's wearing diamond and my bow is crap still, so that's alright. But yeah, so that'll click through, and let's jump up here. Let's see if we can reach where this kind of ends. Oh god. Well, that didn't work. Anyway, so they'll all be up there. I trust that it will be. And this is stopped, so we've gotten through the full... And yeah, now we're trapped over here. We've gotten through the full kind of stack deal. Okay, so here we want one more. I think we can do this. We're going to fall all the way down, aren't we? Yep. Alright, well, it worked. I trust me on this. And next time, we'll do a demo at the very beginning. Because everything will be done. I'll make sure we've got a harvest ready so we can do the full system, and it'll work beautifully. But yeah, so this is... Oh, not that one. This one, the hopper's empty, yes, but I want to check the chest. So the chest's empty now. Everything is filtered up. It's sitting in some droppers up here, and then all we'll need to do is... see ya. All we'll need to do is carry them over slightly so that they can get in our row, or our column of chests and hoppers. And then everything will filter to the bottom, and then as we take things out of the bottom, things will continue to filter from the top down into the bottom, and it'll be perfect. All of the items we have will be there, and it'll be fantastic. I'm really excited for this project to be done. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I'm finally just like, well, let's just do it. Let's get it done. So sometimes you just have to kind of coach yourself into doing that. I think it's my last pearl too. At least that I had on me. There we go. But yeah, so I think that's everything. Next time we will definitely take a look at the finished product. I'll show you guys it in action so that you can see every little thing. He left it pink. What a jerk. What a jerk. So I'll show it to you guys with everything working so that I can just kind of come in here, and he probably changed them all too. So that I can just come in here, and I ended up putting gates in here. I changed the entrance here a little bit. Put some gates in because while I was working, I hadn't really seen it before, but all of a sudden a pig wandered in here, and then an enderman wandered in here and everything, and I think I've got everything spawn proof in here, so with that gate, nothing should come in here and trample my crops at any point. So, because even just like sometimes, yeah, like I didn't even jump down, I just, that one block fall, sometimes it does and sometimes it does not trample crops. I didn't think a one block fall did, but apparently I was mistaken. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I've been Torm the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, and subscriptions. I always appreciate hearing from you guys on what you thought of the episode. And yeah, I look forward to showing you guys the finished product here, and then our crop farms will be done. I could do melon and pumpkin farms, and I may at some point, but honestly, I don't have any real need for those. I'm mainly doing this stuff because I'm gonna get my potions area done, and then food for potatoes, and then the rest of these are kind of for breeding for my animal farm. So yeah, nothing super. I mean, I don't need tons of items just for the sake of having tons of items. I've got uses for all of these. I like potatoes. I usually keep some meat and potatoes on my bar, but I've been doing so much building that I just don't have the room for it. and I'm running out of meat. So I've got to get some other food sources going until I get my meat farm in place. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I've been Torm of the Gray, and you guys have been great. Can't wait to show you guys the functioning farm next time. It'll be exciting as always. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you then. Alrighty, have a good one.